A very good afternoon. I welcome all of you back to another educative video wherein we'll talk about a stock which is on the system on your screen, that is TD Power System. There is one more stock which I have taken an entry today, which I have shared at my Twitter handle. You can go and search for that. Nevertheless, I'll make a video for that also. But let me first explain what I particularly saw in this stock and how this stock can perform and how to do the analysis. Now basically my intent, I'll explain before explaining the stock analysis. My intent behind all these videos is that trading is very simple if you keep it simple. I'll explain you the stock in a very simple way. It will make sense to all of you and you will realize that trading can be kept simple. You need not dependent on anyone, not even me. If you have to trade profitably, you need not pay anything to anyone. You just have to focus on the process, trust the process. So basically I'll explain you how this chart came to my radar and what is the analysis behind it. If you see on the screen, the chart is a weekly time frame. I usually always ensure that I go through the larger time frames, that is the weekly and the monthly, because those give you a very clearer picture. If I show you this chart on a daily time frame, it's still very clear in this case, but in many of the cases it's not clear. So just to have a clearer picture, which you have it right now, is so let me analyze that quickly with you. It will take 2 minutes, not more than that. It is that simple. So if you see this, I have drawn a channel over here. Let me just first remove the magnet, else it will disturb us. So basically if you see this particular stock was facing resistance on this trend line, which was not effectively a channel, but when it faced a support from a particular trend line at the bottom only, I drawn a channel. If you see the importance of the 50% area, it was always respecting the 15% area, whether as a support or whether as a resistance, that does not matter. But the importance is that 50% area always works well, whether it's a box range, whether it's a channel range, whether it's a daily range, whether it's a monthly, weekly, any range, 50% will work well. If you want to understand why, you can go through the previous videos where I've explained this very beautifully. Now what I particularly saw is that the stock was moving in a channel and after creating a double bottom. That's an old story. We can also disregard that. I'll tell you what I exactly saw in it. If you see this blue box, let me first remove these drawings again so that the things are very clear to you. So if you see this blue box over here, this blue box represents the last to last month. That is, we are sitting in June right now, so it represents the April month. The yellow box represents the last month, that is the May month, the completed month, and the current month is already going. So what does these two boxes signify? These two boxes signify that the price action started from here, the stock went down and it closed on this candle, means this candle closed green. Do I need to go to the monthly time frame to see that? No, because this boxes tell me that. Sorry guys, sorry for this. So these boxes tell me that the time frame which we had is this particular time frame. The weekly time frame tells us that the monthly was green. Let me just cross check also for you. So if you see this, the last month was a green with a big wick rejection from the bottom. Now by seeing this only, how do you know that how the last month gone? So if you see this, it started over here, it ended somewhere over here. So you must be seeing a candle like this, a green candle like this, a big green candle. Should we confirm it? Okay, if you see this, that the last candle was a very big candle with a wick. Now what's happening is basically this particularly weekly candle is trying to break above the previous month candle, means the third month is also turning to be green. However, we still have 4 days left. We cannot be sure. If it comes down, that might not turn into a green candle which closes above the high, but yes, this is an expectation. This was analysis number one. Second analysis, to keep it very simple, if you see this, sorry, not this, if you see this black lines over here, these black lines denote the previous weekly range. Now what's happening is that the stock is trying to close above the previous weekly range. Very obvious, very clear. If a stock wants to go above, it has to break the previous range, be it monthly, be it weekly, be it daily, right? So that's the second concept. Now the third and the most important thing which happened over here is, if you see this, the stock tightened, totally tightened, which happened earlier also, but it break down. It happened earlier also, but it break down. But this time it's trying to break out, which never happened earlier. So that was the third analysis which I did to enter the stock. Now the most important thing, what is risk management, how to manage this. In the meanwhile, the another position which I took at 230, that's Hubtown, is working well, and it's now 235 plus right now. I'm on, like, it's the live market, so I can see it. So it's good profit loading over there also. That's great. So now let's talk about the risk management also. Now we know that the stock is tightening over here, just at the top of the channel, right? Now basically, if this tightness is you can say cancelled, or you can say goes against it, then if a candle closes below this, I should move out, because the only reason which I took this stock was this tightness happening at the top of the channel, the stock trying to create a new high. This was the only reason. So if this stock reverses from here, I have no reason to keep it in my portfolio, right? I think this makes sense to you. So basically what I have done is I have moved my stop loss to the low of this particularly weak candle only. So that's a small stop loss which we have over here. What's the stop loss percentage? It's 4.30%, which is coming out to be that. So this is how I manage my risk. This is how you should also manage your risk every time. Every single time, whatever reason you consider to enter a trade, if that reason is not valid at any given point of time, you have to exit, because that was the only reason why you entered it at the first instance. When that reason is not there, the stock, like, ask yourself on that particular day, when the reason which made you enter is not there, will you enter that day? If the answer is no, why should you hold that? So that's it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being patient. You will be getting another video on the another stock. Stay tuned, guys.